We are here at Fresno State in front of the music building, and today we are going to learn more about the acclaimed vocal performance program. There are a couple of wonderful public events, including an art song festival, an opera workshop, and just some wonderful student singers. Let's go check it out. So we are here today at the Wahlberg Recital Hall on the Fresno State campus with some very impressive vocal students. So maybe I could have you introduce yourselves. Can we start with Emily?
Okay, my name is Emily Lopez. I'm currently a junior in the vocal program, and I'm in Fresno State, and I'm enjoying myself, honestly, this time around.
Wonderful.
My name is Hector Agudano Sandoval. I'm also a junior, and I'm a vocal performance student as well.
And my name is Tay Baumgartner. I am a vocal performance major at Fresno State in my junior year.
So Tay, one of the highlights of the program in the spring semester is the Art Song Festival.
Yes.
I know that you've competed in that before. What is that like? Can you give us a little taste of what it's like for you as an actual participant?
Absolutely. I think my general experience with the Art Song Festival and competitions as a whole is that it's a great opportunity for any singers of any age, but really young singers, to get an opportunity and have exposure to perform, and also an opportunity to work with very seasoned professional singers and professors. One thing that I really cherish about the Art Song Festival at Fresno State is that it's a competition, at least for us, that we don't have to travel for. They bring the professionals to us. And last year we had Kelly O'Connor come and give us a masterclass coaching and also a recital, and it was just such an honor to really get to experience that.
So Emily, the Art Song Festival is not the only part of your semester. You also are all involved in an opera workshop. Tell us about about what's coming?
So what is coming is a performance in April of opera scenes. It could be from this semester we're doing from the Bohème for Puccini, we're doing Mozart's The Magic Flute, we're doing Julius Caesar. We're doing so much variety that I think everyone can enjoy. Even if you're not an avid music listener, I think anyone can enjoy the talent that all of us have to give and love that we've put into this whole semester into our concert in April.
So Hector, competition is part of what an opera singer's life is,
Yes.
right? What is it like for you to compete? Do you get nervous? And what's your prep before a competition?
Prepping before a competition, I always admire listening to a lot of great singers from the past. Singers that inspire me and make me remember why I do what I do. Because what we do in terms of like performing and singing, the nerves, having voice lessons and growing, it's a very demanding thing, but you're always trying to live on the edge per se, like you're always like pushing a little bit out of your comfort zone and getting out of your comfort zone. And I feel that a competition surrounds you with a lot of people with that kind of drive, that they want to get better, they're getting out of their comfort zones more, and it's an environment that I really like, and everyone's very friendly and encouraging at competitions that I've experienced so far. So I think it's a great environment that any musician needs to definitely take part of, yes.
What age were you all when you realized that you had a really good voice? Tay?
Well, I think in general I've been singing as long as I can remember, but I think my first experiences in high school theater and auditioning for my first school musical, having that encouragement. I went to a smaller school at the time, and so all of my instructors at that point had really encouraged me to pursue music at a collegiate level. So I couldn't see myself doing anything else, quite literally, and I am here today.
Well, great. Emily, what's your story?
For me, it all started honestly in middle school for a talent show. Even though it sounds so silly, like it all started there. People were like, "You should do more," and so that length into high school, where I joined an Orange Cove High School with a choir, and now going into Reedley College, and then finally now I'm here, and it's been such a journey, understanding music and loving my voice and giving my spirit to like an audience. Like it's a very loving experience, and it's a journey. I love every part of it, even though it can be hard, but that's when I learned that.
Hector?
I just wanted to talk, she talked a little bit about like the emotion or giving your soul to the audience. I just relate that to that so much. There's been times in choir when our conductor is conducting and I just completely lose myself in the music. Or like, also kind of funny, but times when I'm in my kitchen just like singing a high note, and I don't know how to explain it, like my entire body, how it just customs to that high note. It feels so cathartic. You have to experience it for yourself. That's the only way I could describe it.
I can only imagine what it is like to be on stage. Maybe it's in the middle of an aria, spotlight's hitting you, the crowd is enraptured. It must be a very special thing.
Yeah, I think last semester we put on a production of Amal and the Night Visitors, and there's a scene where the mother is talking about how much she wishes she could have all the gold that the three kings bring that she can give to her son. And there was this moment where I'm like slowly walking up to the front of the stage and the spotlight's just getting hotter and bigger, but looking out and seeing the engagement of the audience, it's a welcoming feeling more than anything to me.
And it's also just a reminder of how important it is to experience things live.
Yes.
You're there
absolutely.
in the moment. This moment will never be occurring exactly this way again, and it can just be beautiful. Well, thank you all for sharing your singing with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. al ritorno. Dammi il braccio, mia piccina.
Obbedisco, Signor.
Che vomiti.
Io trovo.
So we are here with Dr. Maria Briggs, a vocal professor at Fresno State. Maria, I am always so impressed by your students, and they open their mouths and these sounds come out of them, and I think most folks would be astonished that college students are at this level.
We're very, very lucky. We do have very talented students, and I should mention that they're all taught by myself and by my colleague, Dr. Anthony Radford, who is also a beautiful baritone in his own right, but unfortunately couldn't be here with us this morning. But we're so grateful that you were here. We're big fans of yours and have been for years, and thank you so much for supporting the arts in the Valley and beyond, and our program in particular, and voice students. Thank you so much, Donald.
So you have a couple of major public events.
That's right.
Every semester. Tell us about the spring semester and what is normally planned.
Every spring we have an International Art Song Festival here at Fresno State. It's always the last weekend in February. We've done 7 of those now, so we kind of know what we're doing, I think. And we invite the best of the best in the business, international faculty, voice faculty, to work with our singers. We also invite composers, we invite poets, we invite dance specialists, musicologists, kinesiologists, sports psychologists, because this is all the skills that our students need to get a broad view of the profession. And it's not just for singers. We have a composition competition, we have poetry competition, and also a piano competition as part of the festival. So it's a really interdisciplinary event, and that's what I had this vision in 2016 because I love to collaborate with all kinds of artists. I love theater, I love dance, I love visual art. I think we need to include our visual artists in the next one too. So the festival is a very, very big event on the calendar. We also have opera every semester, and it's very unusual for a program to have opera every semester. Usually it's once a year if they're lucky. So, and that's directed by Dr. Anthony Radford, who is our director of opera theater. And also every couple of years we collaborate with our orchestra and our conductor, Dr. Thomas Lewenheim, and we do a full production with orchestra. In 2023 we did Hansel and Gretel by Humperdinck, which was an amazing success. It was such a lovely production that targeted younger audiences. And now in 2025 we're planning to do La Bohème, which is going to be out of this world. It's probably the most famous opera of all time, the most famous love story of all time. And our singers gave you a preview this morning singing La Bohème duet.
It was just beautiful.
And of course the other singer sang an art song by Strauss, which is to show you what you will hear in the Art Song Festival. So those two genres represented today beautifully by our students.
So just a quick question about art songs versus opera. Most people are familiar with the idea of opera. How does an art song fit into things?
That's a great question. I guess if you think of, I would compare it to a jazz standard versus a Broadway show. Song from a show comes from a plot and it's in the context of the show. A song like My Funny Valentine is a beautiful song that's a universe in itself. And in a way, it's harder to do. You don't have props, you don't have costumes. It's just you and the audience and a pianist, and you have to capture this microcosm of a feeling, of a story, or whatever it is. So that's what the art songs are. The song you heard this morning by Richard Strauss, Alle Seelen, which means All Souls Day, The one day when we can see the loved ones that are gone. And so it's this little moment in time when she says, give me your hand and I will forever cherish this moment. And then it's gone. And it's just such a moving experience when done well. The other thing about art song that's very important is the part that the pianist plays. Now we have an amazing collaborative pianist here. We have a couple, but the one that works mostly with our singer is Dr. Drew Quiring. He's an amazing art song specialist. He's fluent in French. Our singers are very lucky to have lessons with us and also lessons with him. So you heard this morning what a beautiful interpreter of art song he is, all the colors he's getting out of the piano. He knows all these texts and he knows how it works with the music. So the piano part tells just as much of the story as the singer in all the art songs, the good ones, you know. And there is, for example, a postlude. After the singer finishes the piece, the piano keeps talking and tells you the end of the story, you know. And with beautiful pianists like
It
Drew.
really is an amazing thing. And for some reason, as I was listening this morning, it made me think of social media and TikTok, how TikTok in a very small video, which a lot of people are used to these days, is able to capture an entire world or a kind of an ambiance or whatever. So for those who think that they would have no interest in an art form like this, I think there are some parallels to modern
Yes, if you
contemporary
think
life.
a 3-hour opera is a little much for you,
Go for one song.
Listen to an art song. Yes, I agree. I mean, they're both valid. I am crazy about opera. I love opera, but I think they both add something to our experience as humans on this earth, and they both let us know something about ourselves. It's you know, if I talk about opera, it's hyper reality. You know, I had a beautiful conductor I used to work with back in Sydney, and he's from Covent Garden, actually. He works in Covent Garden, Tony Legg. And he told me, look, Marie, you have to understand these opera characters, they're really stupid. Nobody acts like this. Nobody reacts to life like this. Nobody suddenly burns a baby or jumps off a building because, you know, something, you know, happened.
Right, traumatic, yeah.
But it's important because opera is not reality, it's hyper reality. So we become these superhuman characters when we sing opera, and everything we experience is overwhelming. It's more than just normal emotion. You know, it's telenovela times 1,000. So
there we go. Opera singers were the first
Yes.
TikTokers.
Yes.
And the first superheroes.
I think so. I think so, yes. Well, when we talk about singers, we need to realize they are singing athletes because you sing with your whole body. It's not just your vocal cords, it's your breath, it's your posture. And today they were singing in a concert setting without the stage or props. So in the opera, you have to do all these things and make sure you're together with the conductor, you're together with everyone else on the stage, you're managing the props, you're managing everything else, just like in theater, except you also have to stay in time with music and sing in tune and do all these things. And you know, some of the crazy modern productions, they might suspend you in the air, they might tell you to shoot arrows or jump through a fiery hoop, who knows? So there's a lot of skills these kids need to have to crack it in the business after they finish here. And we try to give them as much as we can, as you know, we stress them out. They compete, they perform nearly every week. They have some kind of a concert. We have an amazing choral program run by Dr. Carrie Earnhardt. There are several choirs that are just astounding, and they do a lot of combined concerts with other choirs in here in Fresno and beyond. So I think we're giving a very comprehensive experience. And of course, we couldn't do it without the talent that we have.
Exactly.
And you just saw the amazing talent here.
Well, Maria, thank you for having us here today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.